This is the Ibala of our changing world. I'll be right back. Please stay with me. Today we dive into a family drama that most of us can relate to. And it has to do with age differences in relationships. Now, this female, she came on social media looking for advice. And let me begin right where she starts off. I'm a 38-year-old female. I've been married to my husband, who is a male. He's 33 years old. We have been married for 7 years. We have a great relationship. But there has always been tension with my mother-in-law. We heard about that all the time, right? She's 52 years old. The age gap between my husband and me has always seemed to bother her, even though it's never been an issue for us. Recently, I discovered that my mother in law has been telling people that I am 33 years old, which is 5 years younger than I actually am. She's been doing this for years, apparently, to make the age difference between her son and me seem smaller. I only found out because a family friend mentioned something about us being the same age, which confused me. Last weekend, we had a big family gathering for my husband's cousin's engagement. My mother in law was there, chattering with some relatives we hadn't seen in a while. I overheard her talking about me and clearly heard her say I was 33. At that moment, something in me snapped. I walked over to the group and said, "Actually, I am 38. I'm not sure why mother in law keeps telling people I am younger, but I'm proud of my age and don't appreciate being lied about." The room went silent. My mother in law turned bright red and tried to laugh it off, saying she must have forgotten. But I pressed on, explaining that she had been doing this for years and I wanted it to stop. My husband, who was nearby, came over to support me. He seemed shocked and embarrassed by his mother's behavior. Hmm, think about that. The rest of the gathering was incredibly awkward. My mother in law left early, claiming she had a headache. Several family members came up to me later expressing their surprise and saying they had no idea about the lie. Since then, my mother in law hasn't spoken to me. My husband fully supports me but says I could have handled it more privately. Some family members have reached out to say they think I did the right thing, while others think I humiliated my mother in law unnecessarily. I feel justified in standing up for myself, but I'm starting to wonder if I went too far by calling her out publicly. Should I have addressed this privately with her first? Or was it right to set the record straight immediately. So, was I wrong for exposing my mother in law's lies about my age in front of the whole family? That's her question. That's what she wants to know. Now, there is a difference of 5 years. In my opinion, that's not really a big deal. I mean, if the woman is 38, her husband is 33. Is it a big deal? In my opinion, not really. And then particularly if the woman is an attractive woman and she's in good shape. I mean, there are a lot of 38-year-old women out there who look fine. You know? There are some 33-year-old guys who really look out of shape. Need to take care of themselves. I mean, probably things balance out like that. I don't see a big deal with that. But I think the real issue here is the public confrontation. I think this is the whole core of the whole situation. And I wonder, maybe she should have just left it as it is. I mean, how many women would actually worry about that? I don't know. It's a female thing. What I know from my personal experience is that a lot of females prefer to be seen as younger rather than older. To a lot of the females who I interact with, they see that as a plus. To say you look 33 instead of 38, wow, wow, for some girls out there. However, listen, that's how she feels, right? And she should be respected for the way she feels about herself, right? But in my personal opinion, I think a private conversation would be the best way to go. Because I think it would give her mother in law a chance to save face and to explain her, her point of view, to explain why she kept saying that her daughter in law is 33 instead of 38. Another thing, when she said that, I really believe from the way I see, is not only her mother-in-law who was embarrassed, but I think one of the things that she's ignoring is that her husband was also embarrassed. Listen, this guy now, he's the captain of the ship. He has two women on his hands that he has to make happy. He loves his mom. He doesn't want to hurt his mom. He doesn't want to isolate his mom. He doesn't want to cut her off. And he would prefer, like most men, a good relationship between his wife and his mother. Men are like that. Yeah. In a lot of instances, it seems as if mother-in-law and daughter-in-law are always having issues, problems. But most guys want to see mommy and wife get along. I also feel that, no, here's the situation. He will have to, as I said earlier, he has to find a way to make his mom feel comfortable, happy, accepted, knowing that her son still loves and cares about her. And he has to do the same thing for his wife, right? So he's in a precarious situation. He has to, and probably, I think again that the wife oversteps the boundary to a certain degree. Yeah, I respect the fact that, yeah, you're 38, you want to feel like 38, but at the same time, why didn't you consult your husband first? You're with this man all the time, right? Go to your husband. He was close by because the whole thing is going to affect both sides of the family in some way or another. Talk to your husband. You know, let your husband know how you feel. This is how I this is how I see the thing. Let your husband know how you feel, and then all three of you could talk about it. But now I believe that this whole thing is not going to just simmer down. It's going to go on for a long time with both sides. So that's how I see it. I really believe personally that she handled this situation badly. Now, what do you think? This is the eyeballer on our changing world.